So, the discourse surrounding So What with orbits, though generally positive, also has its controversy. There's concern that the Loonaverse has been relegated to fan service and that So What offers nothing new. This has bothered me so much that I decided to make a short video essay on it to hopefully shed some light on the topic and ultimately why this concern is completely unfounded. With any story whose particulars lie heavily in interpretation, a lot of people can make the mistake of taking one theory and thinking it's canon. Those ideas solidified in the almost 1 year hiatus from the Loonaverse content. So What came along and challenged a lot of theories. For example, Twinfish, one of the most prominent lunar theorists, has deleted her entire channel just the other day, and her Twitter account, stating prior to deletion that she was reconsidering her theories. It's normal for us to be abrasive to our ideas being challenged, and I think that's one big reason for the cynicism. That, coupled with the fact that Jaden Jong, creator of Loonaverse, left Blockberry Creative, and a change in management led to a decision to put less focus on the complicated and vague clues of the story. To sidestep for a moment, I'd like to explain what people mean when they apply the word lore to the Loonaverse, because it's getting a little bit muddied here. What the word means, by definition, is simply a body of knowledge about something. When people say the lore is dead or there is no lore in So what they really mean is that they see no story progression or new complexities added to the backstory of these characters. From a storytelling perspective, I don't believe the Loonaverse is dying or dead, and I'm going to hopefully give you some perspective on that, explain how a story works, and help you understand why the cryptic visual subtext of the backstory is not the most valuable asset to the Loonaverse. A well-executed story is normally told in 3 parts: a beginning, middle, and end. Obviously. When we begin a story, we must establish everything that the audience needs to know before getting into the plot. The characters, the world that they live in, the rules, and the pre-existing conflicts. This is so your audience can understand the story contextually and isn't left trying to navigate on their own. The given information may be expanded upon as is necessary, but generally we want the audience to understand the ground rules of this fictional world that can then be built upon throughout the story. The beginning of the Loonaverse is pre-debut and hi-hi. We are introduced to it through almost 50 videos, which I'm including teasers in that, which range from solos to subunits to special clips, and then finally hi-hi. Hi-hi is about the members finding one another, showing us their goals as a group and solving any unresolved conflicts from the subunit and solo videos. This, by the way, was an incredibly clever marketing tactic for the group, as they had an incredible audience engagement that grew to a sort of cult following. Now, with Loona, the details of the given circumstances are shrouded in metaphor, and we are encouraged to make our own conclusions. That being said, they do want you to know that there are 12 unique girls who live in 3 separate spaces being introduced to you individually, and all with their own challenges to overcome. This is set in a fictional universe associated with a Mobius strip. There are also a few other facts confirmed by the company that I won't go into. These girls eventually unite in Hi-Hi to create Loona. Now, we have firmly established every character, the universe, and what kind of goals they might have. Now we get into the middle of the story, which is Butterfly and onwards. The middle of a story is about character development and building upon the given information. What are the current conflicts for Loona, and how can they develop as characters to overcome these conflicts through the given circumstances? Through pre-debut and hi-hi at the beginning, we can gather that the girls unify to address that conflict. Thus, Butterfly and So What are the progression of this story and its established ideas. Loona is now actively working to achieve their goals together. Butterfly shows us that one of Loona's goals is to help women outside of Loona achieve what they did, break past the mundanity and isolation, shed their personal misgivings so they too can fly like a butterfly, that is, be free. A main focus in the music video is applying the visual imagery in previous videos in the Loonaverse to these other women, which seem to act as a key to their awakening, suggesting a sort of butterfly effect that began with Loona in this universe. And now we reach So What, which continues their story of breaking free, of progressing the story. Loona are demonstrating character development. With the help of their allies and by standing strong together, they've become confident, daring, showing their true side, and are openly refusing to follow the rules of this world. One example is Kim Lip. In Eclipse, her introduction, she was unsure of where she was in life and dreamed of being more bold and confident. She has now become that woman in So What, the woman in red, and is confident enough to question her place in this world. This can be applied to the journey of every woman in Loona. They all gain confidence in themselves within their personal journey and begin to rebel against society's rules. While Hi Hi was awakening Loona as a group and Butterfly was helping others to do the same, So What is directly addressing you through the camera, the audience, to now help them in kind. They are fully aware of the rules that restrain them, and they are now actively fighting against them. This comes to a head when Olivia Hay burns the moon as the rest of Loona watch. This is the beginning of many possibilities, as they may very well have broken free from their restraints within the established world, whether that be the loop of the Mobius strip or something else. This is plot progression, and it is integral to a good story. The music video itself, like its sound, is bold, loud, bright, and fast-paced, but it connects with the Loonaverse's visual language, like the colour red, which seems to signify change and power in the Loonaverse. Butterflies flying away from Olivia Hay's Ring of Fire, which a lot of people missed, and many more. The established knowledge of the Loonaverse is being utilised to advance the plot. I believe the ending can be applied to each individual music video, as they are self-contained with their own individual resolutions. I believe the ending to So What, with an incinerated moon and the words free, bold in red taking up the entire frame, is pretty self-explanatory. This doesn't necessarily signal the end of the story though. The moon may symbolise the Mobius strip, or rather more importantly, the restraints that Loona were tied down to. Loona is now able to do what they want and explore what they want, potentially, which has many possibilities in future music videos and the progression of the story. But more importantly, a story must have a reason for being told. What does it want to tell us? Fate or destiny is a concept frequently brought up in the Loonaverse. What defines fate? What is destiny? And more importantly, can you change your fate? What if your destiny is to break free from your fate? Loona explores this idea through the rich visuals and lyrical language of the Loonaverse. This is what Loona wants to tell us. Be rebellious, embrace yourself, embrace others. Take what you want and break free from the expectations of others. Now, barring the fact that So What teasers had heavy visual coding that hinted at the ramifications for So What still has a plethora of visual metaphors, as did Butterfly. They're just more accessible for people unfamiliar with the Loonaverse. I first came to know Loona through Hi Hi, and let me be honest with you, I got pretty confused. I thought Cherry was peer pressuring Olivia Hay to jump to her death. They were dancing in an abandoned factory, and then one of them flew up at the end. I didn't know what was going on. Despite all that, I really enjoyed the song. It was really sweet, it was really uplifting, and it had a really nice message. So I checked out everything else, and here I am. That point, however, is where viewers can lose interest. Less people are going to be drawn to the art house style in the Loonaverse. A lot of people have a lot of other music videos they want to watch, a lot of other bands they want to get into, and when they see the Loonaverse, they see this incredibly giant, metaphysical universe that's jam-packed with incredibly complex philosophical theories and physics. I can imagine a lot of people would just kind of go, I don't know if I can handle that. Less people are going to be drawn to the art house style in the Loonaverse, and BBC had to compromise to gain more mainstream success. I think the teasers demonstrate though that they are still willing to provide codes and hints and that kind of art house style, but just less of the confusing ones in the main music video. Loona has always represented something special and very different in the industry. The Loonaverse and Loona was carefully crafted by Jaden Jong, Blockberry Creative, Digipedi, and lastly the 12 wonderful female artists who breathed life into Loona and who we love so much. Their end goal is to express their empowering message through gorgeous works of art, and that's what makes Loona special. Not really the esoteric element, but the gift of self-empowerment that is bestowed upon us.